Like that?
Pretty good, really good.
Okay, you give me the countdown and we'll get ready to roll.
All right, we're rolling in 5, 4, 3, 2, and go.
What's up? This is Dominic Hoyte reporting for What's Up College Edition. Hello, TCC. Today we're very excited because we've been invited into the home of a Northwest. You may know him as the...
It's all good. It's all good. Chilling, working.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's start it off with how did it feel when you were first starting off? You're an icon in the sense that the Northwest didn't have any kind of representation as far as hip hop. You broke down the door and was the first really to get on the map as far as hip hop. How was that?
Actually, it still bothers me to this day because I don't really represent the Seattle sound. You know, I mean, I'm quirky. I like weird styles. My musical influences are a whole lot deeper, you know, than just a cat that did rap. You know, I listen to James Brown. I go back and listen to some old Devo. I listen to Linkin Park. I listen to Korn. I'm all over the place. So I didn't really represent the quote-unquote Seattle hip-hop sound, whatever that is. So it was like a unwanted pressure, you know, to portray what cats were seeing as the Seattle sound, to put that forth when it wasn't my sound. So it was a little nerve-wracking initially. Now I just kind of move on. I just kind of do what I do. But it bothered me initially because I really didn't want that pressure.
There's been other groups who've tried to come out like this is probably going underground for the Northwest. High Performance, Criminal Nation. Why has it been so hard? We have the Dirty South being represented, the East Coast being represented, and the West Coast being represented. Why is it so hard for the Northwest to find its bearing on the hip-hop scene?
That's easy. And I say this all the time. Hooks. Cats out here, and I got a few of them around me, they're so worried about, quote-unquote, keeping it real and talking about shit they ain't never done, basically, excuse my language, that they make whack songs. In other words, the quest for respect and credibility leads to a lack of creativity. You know, the cats don't want to really... How many times can I say MF in a song? How many hoes can I knock? How much weed can I smoke? That's keeping it real. That's not keeping it real, because that's not your everyday thing. The cats in the South, they figured it out. They said, you know what? We can talk about tossing back 40s and ain't nobody going to listen but the cats that toss back 40s. But when we start throwing these new dances out here, this new slang and these hooks, you know, the thing you remember about a song is not the verses. That's the things that hardcore rap fans remember. But the things that you remember about songs are choruses, hooks. And the cats in Seatown are starting to get that now. But back in the day, really Criminal Nation had it down pat, you know, but a lot of the cats listen to their hooks and it sounds like another verse. And if your song goes off, see, I'm talking producer now. I'm not talking about from a rapper perspective. Right. When your song goes off, if I can't nod my head and remember something about it, it ain't going to hit. Right. Not just me. I mean, when I say I mean anybody. If a person can't, when that song goes off, if you hear Mystical, for instance, Danger, if you can remember that song's going to catch on. Right. But if it goes off and you go, it was something about Mystical, but I don't remember what it was, right, it's not going to work. Got to have that hook.
It's crucial.
One thing that I really admire you personally about as far as growing up with your music is you've always been versatile. I mean, your songs have always been either subjects such as square dance rap, hoopty, I Got Game, Swap Meet Louie, Posse On Broadway, Baby Got Back. You said you have different influences. Who are some of your top 3 influences right quick off the dome?
George Clinton. First and foremost, man. I think maybe it's that I'm old school, I'm from the old school, but cats don't realize that George Clinton / James Brown / Bootsy Collins, to me, are the bridge between soul music and hip hop. They were the link. I mean, that's what tied it all in. I remember the first time I listened to a Parliament record, I was just a little kid, and the first thing I realized is some of these cats can't sing. But why do I like this song so much? You know, because it wasn't about the, you know, I got tired of listening to songs talking about a romantic evening in Paris. I was living on Yesterday in the hood. I didn't know nothing about Paris, but Funkadelic Parliament, they brought it home. They made it about the fried chicken and watermelon again. It was cool. It wasn't nothing to be ashamed of, being from the hood. And it was, I don't know, it was uplifting stuff. And I see it that deeply. So George Clinton, #1, Kraftwerk. You know, Kraftwerk is a group that a lot of cats in hip-hop today don't know who they are, but they still sample it. You know, all your Planet Rocks, what was the other song, man? Trans Europe Express, all that stuff is in Planet Rock, all the early hip-hop, all the early techno. I don't care what, industrial, all that comes from Kraftwerk. And they were just 4 German cats who did funny, quirky songs and kind of didn't speak English well. But it was cool stuff to listen to. And probably Prince would be my third, because that's what I grew up on. Right. And Prince was not about killing and shooting. It was about the women. Right. You know, so and of course I came up in the pimping age. You know, that's what I was around. So it was like, that was my thing. And I started tripping. Everybody was talking about shooting. I'm like, y'all talking about shooting with all these women standing over here? It's crazy. Put your game in.
Yeah,
that's another. You've always been on the ladies type track with Just the Pimpin' in Me. I Got Game.
Yeah.
I Check My Bank. What really inspired Baby Got Back, which became like an anthem for black women, if I may say so? So Cosmos think you're fat, and I ain't down with that, and all that.
I remember I was dating a chick back then who was like Coke bottle, you know.
Right.
And we were sitting in a hotel in L.A. Watching a football game. Matter of fact, we were watching the Super Bowl. And that's back when they had the Bud Light girls with the Spud McKenzie dog and all that. That was their little run, and all the chicks were like shaped like stop signs. And it was, I'm looking at this like, okay, this is what, I don't know, Armani, Calvin Klein, somebody's telling us this is beautiful. But when I'm walking with guys, boom, you know, we're like, woo, we like the curves. And why, it's like, so who's telling, why are these guys trying to force feed us something we don't want to eat?
Right.
So, this girl, she did the oh my God part right there on the spot. We did it on the DAT.
Oh, that?
Yeah, and we started producing it, and before I got home, I was done with it. Oh. I mean, but it was really a knee-jerk reaction to what at that time was the quote-unquote norm.
Right.
In on TV. That's what you saw. That was what they wanted us to like. But every guy knew we wanted the curves. Right. I was like, man, these girls ain't getting fake breasts for no reason. You know, but that was what it was about, just response. And I do that a lot. I'll hide a serious message in a funny song because I don't feel the need to come off eyebrows down and guns blazing.
Right.
You know, I got 10 to 15 guns in my house now, but I don't have to. I never felt the need to come out and just mean mug it or fake it. That's fake to me.
Right.
A lot of cats in the game do that.
I think one of, if I may be so bold, your songs that I would consider a street anthem, in a sense, has to be Posse on Broadway,
yeah.
Which was actually remade by E40 with Big Ballin' with My Homies. Mm-hmm. How do you feel about his version? And tell me a little bit about the feel, what you were going through with Posse on Broadway.
Well, Posse on Broadway was just my way of, in a roundabout way, putting Seattle on the map. Mm-hmm. It was like, I remember, I don't know if you remember this group called the Boogie Boys. Yeah. They had a song called Fly Girl, right?
Fly Girl.
Yeah, so they came to town one time, man.
And you ain't fresh.
Yeah, exactly. They came to town one time, and I was hanging out with them, me and Ness Rodriguez, and we were running around with them, and the first thing I noticed is how they kept dissing Seattle. Everywhere they went to say, man, you guys got black people out here, but they're not black people. You know what I mean? Kept getting a lot. I said, you know what, that's fucked up. So basically, I tracked this Posse on Broadway thing, man, and what I did, I got every homie I knew, every female I knew. We didn't have a lot of money. We did it out of pocket. It was like $12,000. And we went right up on Broadway, man, and raided the dicks on Broadway, man, and just bunch of cars, low riders.
Right.
Cops didn't know what we were doing. We didn't know what we were doing. I mean, it was all new to us. Probably couldn't do that now and get away with it, but it was cool. It was like, you know, the Virgin that gave it up. That's basically what it was. And I was trying to put Seattle on the map, which in retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have worked so hard to do that because it kind of put a lot of pressure on me to represent everything else in the town, and I couldn't do that. I'm just one person.
Speaking of Posse on Broadway, and I remember from the video, what's up with Kid Sensation, Maserati, the Emerald City Posse?
Kid Sensation got saved. His name is now Malik. Yeah, Maharaji's still in the group. Matter of fact, we're going on tour in another 2 weeks. He was just here, just a little while ago. He just left about 5-6 hours ago. Attitude of Justice still doing his thing. I got a new cat I'm producing now called Out of Sight. Oh man, he's off the hinges because he does this like, it's like taking corn and mixing it with real rap. You know, a lot of the cats that do this so-called hip-hop rock stuff can't rap. You know, they rap like some cat like Mix-a-Lot 84 or something. But this cat's gonna be, I got a chick in Tacoma named Tamika, does some R&B stuff. I got a lot of cats. A lot of the cats from the old crew are still with me, but I got a lot of new cats I'm bringing up.
Right.
Really, I'm doing one more record. I'm finished with it now.
One more.
One more.
Is that it?
It may be it. If it blows up, I'm not stupid. I got to do another one.
Yeah.
But I really plan on doing one more record.
What's it called?
And it's going to be called Daddy's Home. And I wasn't going to do it. The only reason I did it was because we were on the road and we had a bunch of chicks in the room. I hope you don't show this to my girl. We had a bunch of chicks in the room and we were watching videos and a couple cats came on in a row and the chicks went, damn, everybody's using your image. You know, the hats and the furs and it's like, oh, wait a minute, y'all was gangsters 5 years ago. Now you're balling. It's a trip, man. I remember when I put this Lamborghini in the video, everybody thought I was oddball. Like, man, you putting cars in there, and can't nobody relate to that. They want to see lowriders. So I put Lamborghini in. Now everybody's in a Lamborghini. Yeah. So I'm going to come and do a video with it in a bucket. I got to do something different. Yeah, I'm always trying to, when everybody else is zigging, I'm zagging.
Right.
So, yeah, we're gonna pop it on one more record, but I'm setting up my new artists on this record.
Okay, great.
Yeah, the website is we're getting like 150,000 hits a month. When you change pages on the site, they count that as a hit. Mine don't work like that. It's flash.
Right.
So when somebody comes, they come.
Right.
You know, so what I want to do eventually, and I know I keep digressing, but what I really want to do is change the way, not necessarily change the business, but change the way music business is done. It's foul. You got cats who got skills who intentionally only put 2 hits on a record so they can stretch. It's like gravy. They're trying to thin the gravy out with more water and put 2 hits on the next record and 2 hits on the next record. And they're selling it to you for $19. You know, no matter what. You're going to a little raggedy-ass club in some town in Idaho somewhere, and they're charging you $30 for a show. It's not the artist's fault. It's the business. You got 2 entities controlling the whole business right now. Okay. You got MTV and you got Clear Channel. There's no options. You ask anybody, any fan anywhere, would they like to buy records direct and save $8? They would all do it. I would. If you told me if I'm a fan of Em's record for $12 and maybe he sent it to me with an autograph or something like that, that's to me more personal. And I'm going to try to do business that way with fans. Now, I have a deal with iMusic through BMG. So I can't take my records and put them in the stores and compete with them, but I can sell direct if I want to.
Okay.
I can mix with, I own all my masters. I own all my publishing. I kept all that stuff. A lot of cats don't do that. Keep your publishing, trust me, or you'll go broke, guarantee you. And I'm just trying to change the way the business is done. If I sell you a record for $12 direct, I make $10 a record. If I sell you a record for $19 in the store, I make $1.50.
Whoa.
That's what's wrong with this. That's what's wrong with this game.
What do you think now of the current, like Napster, Kazaa, Morpheus, where people are now downloading for basically free or close to free music? How is that affecting the music business, and how's that going to affect you as an artist or any other artist? Well, the download thing, because initially I was like, wow, man, this is like taking money out of our pockets. But then you look at Destiny's Child and Eminem, right? When Destiny's Child and Eminem peaked, that's when Napster was at its peak. Didn't hurt them at all.
Right.
When Napster fell off, the music business fell off. So My thing was if you could kind of control Napster, but then kind of keep them a little while. In other words, feed them a little something.
Yeah.
It's promotion, man. It's like I saw a chick's website. I ain't gonna say who it is. It's a singer, where you have to pay to watch her video on the website. But she'll kiss MTV's ass to put it on TV to let you see it free.
Right.
What's wrong with this picture? It's like, let them come on your website and see the video. We got to start bypassing the normal routes, but we're brainwashed. You know, so we'll charge you to deal with us personally, but then we'll pay MTV to do the exact same thing. Silly, man.
I read somewhere when you were first starting out, the haters jumped you or something like that, and you were about to pull your strap and bust on them, and then you thought twice. Is that not true?
No, that's not true. I mean, what happened, the only thing that ever happened to me was one dude, I was with a dude that writes for a magazine in New York. I don't want to say the name, but, or D.C. And we were at a 7-Eleven. I was showing him the hood. Well, I was driving a Bentley through the hood, which may have been a mistake.
Yeah, better make a U-turn, huh?
Right. But anyway, this cat, we walk out of 7-Eleven, and this cat starts mouthing off, and I can't really repeat what he was saying, but he spit at me. Right? So I'm like, back then, I'm crazier than I am now. Now I'm laid back. I'm like, damn, this dude just spit at me. Now I'm thinking, what do? I'm sitting here with a cat who's videotaping everything for his little magazine article. I could bow like a punk, and he gonna write about it. Or I can go break this motherfucker's jaw. He spit at me again. So I had a little Desert Eagle, a chrome Desert Eagle, and I pulled it on him. But I didn't.
A little Desert Eagle.
Yeah, well, I got it in the thing. It was a big monster, man. But I pulled it, but it didn't get like that. He said he wanted to do it with his hands.
Yeah.
I said, we can do it with our hands, but you got 15 motherfuckers there. What you want me to do? There's 15 cats standing here, and it's me and a... Come on, dude. You got to be crazy. So, I mean, nothing popped off, but that was like back in 90 or something like that.
Right.
Yeah.
Another thing, there's a lot of thing with rappers and beefs. I don't know, since they never really blew up big time, but I remember there was a beef between you and High Performance.
Well, between High Performance and me.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, because I never responded to it. I didn't understand it.
Yeah, it was...
They had man. It was like...
Kill Mix or something?
Yeah, kill Mix a lot.
What was that about?
I have no idea, dog. I'll call one of them on the phone and ask him, we talked about it, and I said, what's the problem, dog? You talking about killing somebody when you see him. It's just a song. That was it. I mean, what is the song based on, dog? Where was our beef? And they said something about they heard a rumor, and now check this out. Tell me if it's logical to you. They heard a rumor that I was going around the radio stations and telling them not to play that record. Now, that doesn't even make sense. If I'm going to a radio station, I'm worried about my own record. If I work at a radio station and you tell me don't play so-and-so, what am I going to do? I'm going to go listen to it because maybe I do want to play it. So, no hatred for High Performance. It was whatever. I just let it go. Right. As a matter of fact, most of the cats I see them now, I'm cool with them. Right. So, really, I'm not tripping on that stuff. Right. I never have responded. I only responded to one little thing, back in the old days, Naughty by Nature did something, mentioned me in one of their tracks.
They did? Which
I don't remember what it was, but it was like something producer, hot you not, and who gives a damn if you mix a lot, something like that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know what it was, but I responded to that because they was on that level. But battling to me is corny. That's silly. Bunch of minority millionaires that can't even stay organized. Can you imagine? Check this out. Just dream about this for a minute. Say you took Jay-Z, say Biggie was still living, say Tupac was still living, say Suge Knight was all cool, Dr. Dre, Snoop Dogg, say you took the power these guys had, put all this together and created an independent distribution network.
Yeah.
Why ain't it gonna happen? Because the labels will let us fight. As long as we fight and beef and funk with each other and act like, excuse the French, niggas, that's how we're going to get treated, like a bunch of niggas. That's how they treat us. That's where it's going to stay until we stop all this funking and beefing and quit. Why we got to, so-and-so got to floss more than so-and-so and putting poor people down because you got a Bentley and he don't, come on, man. Get off of that. We could have power in the game. Too much money. too much money not to have it, but we're not focusing it because we're too busy trying to outfloss each other and diss each other. That's why I never have got into it. I always thought it was kind of, it didn't make sense.
What issues in the world, being that this is a college show, what issues right now going on in the world, any issues, do you feel, does Mix-a-Lot feel the most passionate about?
Oh, man. Well, obviously you just heard one,
Yeah.
the music business thing, but, and I don't know when this is going to air, but this whole situation with Iraq and more, see, it's funny because what scares me even more so than Iraq is North Korea.
Yeah.
I've been thinking about this for the longest. I mean, if I'm not mistaken, North Korea recently said even if we have an embargo against them, they'll consider that an act of war and strike first. How do we ignore this guy and pay attention to Saddam? North Korea's gone nuts, dude. I mean, they just tested a missile in the Japan Sea. Dude, man, I mean, that scares the hell out of me. And another thing that scares the hell out of me, and I just got to be honest, see, I'm not left wing or right.
Sure.
And, you know, that's rare. You don't see too many black people say they're always Democrat. Not me. I'm not brainwashed by either party. I think the two-party system sucks, to be honest with you. Okay. You should vote for the man, not the party.
Right.
But I think what's also bad is George Bush's rhetoric, man. Because as a man, and I realize this because I've toured, I've been out of the country, I've talked to other people, we have a tendency, we don't even see our own arrogance. You know, sometimes we talk to people in a way that you kind of make them feel beneath you. And America has this habit, worship us or die. Live our way or we'll destroy your society. If we go to war with you, when we get done, we'll put in our type of politics. You know, people will run for office. People will do this, and you'll worship this white Jesus over here. It's subtle. It sounds stupid to the average American, but put yourself in something. What if somebody came to America? I'll give you an example. Living here in America, and say we did something wrong. I don't know, Bay Pigs type thing. We did something to offend somebody. And that somebody was more powerful than us. And they came to our country, and they took California and New York and put a line all the way down the east and west coast and called that a no-fly zone and said under no circumstances can you fly from Idaho over to the west coast. We can't imagine that. That's sick. I'm not saying we shouldn't do it to Iraq because Iraq deserves it. We should have took Saddam out a long time ago. But sometimes our arrogance, we don't understand what we do to a race of people or a country when we go in and just totally degrade, destroy, demoralize a society and then say we're going to rebuild it in our likeness. It's almost like we think we're God. That's scary. And it ain't got nothing to do with no left wing, right wing, because there's things I hate about the other side too. But, I mean, right now, that's stressing me out. It's like North Korea is like asking to have their asses kicked. Yeah. Really, I mean, think about it. They're like, hey, mess with us. And we're just not even paying attention. And don't get me wrong, I think we got to do something about Saddam, but better worry about North Korea pretty quick because they're crazy enough to strike first.
On your new album, Daddy's Home, what's going to be the flavor on that? You always come with a bunch of versatile subjects. For the year 2003, the new millennium, what's some of the subjects you're going to touch on? Is it going to be anything more a serious side or more on the same of the balling, or what's the flavor?
This album is, I'm trying to describe it correctly because everybody says the same thing. This album is better than all my other albums. It is better than all my other records, but unlike most artists, I can probably tell you why. First of all, production-wise, I went nuts on production.
Is Eugenius still there?
No, he's not. No, Eugenius was going to be on the record, but by the time he got his beats in, we were done. But what I did production-wise was I stepped up. And I went out and spent $300,000 or $400,000 rebuilding my studio before I started the album. And I really went and took my time. I worked on this record for 3 years. And when you listen to it, the first thing you're going to notice is it sounds like 8, 9 producers when most of it's me. And I use Strange, who's producing a lot of the E-Dog stuff right now. And I got a lot of different production. Subject matter, I'm all over the place. But I'm all over the place, but I have more consistency. In other words, there's some ideals. There's some things I'm trying to bring home. Okay. It's somewhat anti. I don't want to say. Not really anti-establishment. That's a little broad, but it's kind of anti-big boy. It's not. It's not the old Mix-a-Lot. It's not, I got a Lamborghini, I'm richer than you, I play in front of arenas and with a bunch of naked hoes. That's not there anymore. That's not there. What I'm talking about now is the dirty clubs and getting down personal, shaking hands, meeting people, stage diving, and kicking it with my people. I'm getting it back to what it's supposed to be.
Right.
Music, especially rap music, is no longer about fans. Think about it. Watch a rap video now. All it is I'm going to show you my platinum chain, my platinum. It's all about blinging and flossing, and it's almost like in a subtle way, you're putting your fans down. You're talking down to them. And that's not what rap was about. And I'm not trying to knock it because I'm one of the ones responsible for doing that. I mean, I did it way back, but I was like odd. I was, you had Public Enemy, NWA. So when I did it, it was a joke. But now these cats are serious. They seriously want to show you the Hummer. They seriously want to show you the Escalade. And they seriously want to put you down for not having one. And to me, that's not what it's about. So this record, I brought a lot of that home. I finally, because I never have, talked about where I come from. Not just what city. I mean, how I grew up. You know, what projects I lived in, how I got out of them, the dirt I've done, and the legit stuff I've done, the struggle. And I usually don't like that subject matter because everybody else uses it. But I figured I'd do that. I got that off my chest. And if you listen to it, you might not like song 1, but you'll love song 2. You might not like song 2, but you like song 3 because none of them sound alike. Okay. And there's really, I went nuts on this album. I had fun with it. My last 2 albums, I didn't have fun with them. Return to the Bumper Stories, I was pissed off.
Why?
Just because of what I had been through in the game and what I had been through in the business. This business has no love for you. And none of us seem to realize that until we hit the ripcord and the parachute's bringing us back down to earth. Then we go, oh, shit, he don't love me. The record label doesn't love me. Wait, what's going on? So I was a little frustrated. Now I just see it for what it is. The record business is, I love music, but I hate the business. And if you keep that mindset, you can make money in this game. When you fall in love with the business, when you like the art of the deal, when you like to, and I've done it, when you sit around and call money monies and eat little bean sprouts and souffles and you write big checks, when you get addicted to that, that's when you're over with. Because you're forgetting what it's all about. That's why do you think record companies are dying? Record companies are dying because a record label, if you put out a new record through Warner Brothers, whoever, they're more into promoting the record inside the business than they are getting into the fan. You think I'm lying? Go to any record label right now, do an interview with them and say, well, how do you set a record up? Watch what they tell you. Well, you hit the trade magazines, and then you want to hit the radio guys. Well, these are guys, basically what you're saying is, Mr. Radio Man, I'm giving you the power to destroy my record. Well, it used to be about getting to the fans. It used to be TV commercials. It used to be billboards. Reach the people and bypass all this bullshit. But nobody seems to understand that anymore. That's why I know I can move units. I'm not even worried about it.
Nasty Ness. Yeah. I guess we could say the fall of Nasty Mix. Why don't you tell us a little bit about that? What happened there? I mean, it was Sir Mix-a-Lot, Criminal Nation, High Performance, I believe a group named Kid Sensation, a group named The Accused, I believe. Yeah. What happened with Nasty Mix?
Well, Nasty Mix, just to give everybody a little history, was an idea that Ed Locke, who ran Nasty Mix, Nasty Ness and Mix-a-Lot had, that's where the name Nasty Mix comes from. We started it out, we did this little square dance rap single, sold about 50,000 units. Nobody got paid. We left the money in the company, and we tried to turn it into something, which we did. We gave birth to the Swass album, Posse On Broadway. We shot the little video, and of course I'm skimming. The record took off, everybody got rich. Well, Ed got rich. I'm not saying Ed ripped me off, but he got rich. I made okay money. Well, as time went on, the company grew more impersonal. It like I was saying earlier, it turned into the art of the deal. It turned into the business. You'd go in. Now keep in mind, I'm the main reason this label blew up. I went into the label. I couldn't go back and talk to Ed anymore. I had to stand at the front. and the secretaries had to go back and let him know I was there. All of a sudden, everybody had to wear suits and ties, and I'm like, whoa, man, you guys are losing focus. And then he starts signing a bunch of bands, man, like this dance music shit that wasn't selling. So on the one hand, this Mix-a-Lot stuff is steadily climbing the ladder because Swass is going towards platinum, and then some of this other stuff is weighing the teeter-totter down, you know what I mean? So obviously at some point he's robbing Peter to pay Paul. The Mix-a-Lot money is paying for the stuff that he wants to do that's failing. He doesn't know how to, well, he knew how to micromanage it. He knew how to lay out a spreadsheet. Ed was a genius, but I don't know how he did his business. I'm just telling you. Long story short, at the end of the Seminar album, which was our second album, I met a brother named Ricardo Frazier, who worked for Ed at the time in the mailroom, and I noticed that a lot of the guys there, when I had a question about publishing and things of that sort, they'd ask him. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute, what's wrong with this picture here? You know what I mean? You got all these so-called big shots walking in back to the mailroom asking this brother, what is this? How do we do this? And he's spitting it to him, and I'm like, man. You know, so then Ed and I start going at it. I was telling my then manager, look, man, I think this guy owes me like $600,000-$700,000. For what? Well, publishing. We didn't know what publishing was. We started reading on it and found out that, yeah, wait a minute, you do owe me some publishing. His defense then was, I didn't really understand what publishing was. Well, if you didn't understand what publishing was, how did you go to Black Sabbath and clear Iron Man? You cleared Iron Man because it was a publishing issue, and you knew that's what it was. I didn't know. Here's another problem. The manager I had then also worked for Ed Lott. The conflict was obvious. You know, so there's a conflict of interest there. I called Ricardo, and I told him, I said, dude, you know, of course, me and him, that then manager got in an argument because he made me. That's another one you hear a lot of managers say. So I asked Ricardo, dude, what are you doing, man, for the next 5-6 years? He said, what do you mean? I said, won't you be my manager? And, I mean, gears shifted immediately. First thing he did was quit. He stopped working for Ed. He went down, and he hired some lawyers, and we found all this money. And we said, dude, we got to get this money or else. Well, I backed off because I liked Ed. Ed was like a brother to me, and without him, I wouldn't be where I'm at now. So I said, look, don't give me the money. If you can just say on paper that you owe it to me, we'll deal with it later. He wouldn't say it. Too proud, I guess. So, long story short, we went to court, man, which was ugly. I hated to see him in court like that, you know what I mean? This is a cat that we used to hang out and play ball together. You know, now we're in court over this. They said it happens all the time in the game. So he lost. You know, he said he didn't need me to survive. He said that to the judge. He shouldn't have said that. The judge was like, oh, well, then this is a done deal. If you don't need him to survive, he can move on. And I walked. I didn't get any money. I went and got to deal with Rick Rubin. And that's when I dropped the Mac Daddy album. And he went on and did something and just squandered it. I thought he had a great thing if he had. I think he just got a little big for his britches.
Tell me a little bit about the Seattle The Dark Side project.
That was E-Dog's project. Initial. Well, no, you're talking about the first one, the Seattle The Dark Side. Well, what I was trying to do is I thought, this is when I started to realize what this game is really about. I thought having a #1 record, you know what I'm saying? I had a Grammy at 4 or 5 million records. I thought, man, now I can put some people out. Now I can put some cats down. I can really do what I want to do. I kept running into opposition. So it was almost like throwing me a little bait. The label said, well, I'll tell you what, we'll let you put out this compilation, and we'll give you, you know, 100 grand, 50 grand to put it together. And what they did basically was throw a dog a bone. They just gave me something to keep me happy so I wouldn't be pissed off and not deliver my next record. They let me put the compilation together. They did nothing to promote it. They turned down all the acts. Didn't want none of them, nothing. So now I'm coming back home with all this supposed power, having to explain to these brothers and sisters, some of them, that I can't do nothing for you. And that's where everything just hit the fan. It was like Cat said, Mix-a-Lot wasn't giving back. He's holding cats down, but I'm trying, but I didn't have the power I thought I had, you know? And that's kind of basically what happened with that project. Seattle The Dark Side would have been it was an interesting project, an interesting experiment. I mean, I was willing to eat a lot of it. I was willing to pay for a lot of it myself. But what was supposed to come of it was the artist that most people like was supposed to come off the compilation and make an album. Warner Brothers changed their mind. So And they had that power because of the deal we had. But I realized that I didn't have the power I thought I had.
Right.
Most cats don't. Britney Spears ain't got no power. You know, that's just the way the business works.
10 years from now, how does Sir Mix-a-Lot want to be remembered?
Damn. Well, that's a $64 million question. You know, that's interesting, man, because I don't concern myself much with legacy, and you know, I'm not. I saw somebody the other day call me a legend of rap. I'm like, legend of rap. You know, Dr. Dre's a legend to me. That's the way I look at it, because I mean, he's touched all these different things, and everything he touches turns to platinum. I mean, Dr. Dre sells 500,000 records just a flop. I can't believe that. And I'm like, dude, give me those flops all day long. But I guess I'd like to be remembered as a cat who, unlike a lot of cats in the game, actually kept it real. You know, when I say that, what I mean is I didn't act like a gangster when it was popular to be a gangster. You know, I wasn't doing the running man and wearing high-top fades when it was popular to do the running man and wear high-top fades. You know, I always, a lot like Too Short, I stayed true to what I was. My style's changed. It's like on this new record, my style may have changed, but when I step on the stage, it's still that cat you saw 10 years ago. Just a few things modified, obviously styles and stuff like that, but I was never addicted to fads. And I like to be remembered as a cat who really did what he felt was the real thing. A lot like me. To me, keeping it real, Too Short kept it real. You know, and here's the odd one. To me, Fresh Prince kept it real because he stayed what he was. You know, it's like I know a lot of cats now that's rapping that was doing gangster rap 7 years ago. Now they doing pop stuff, dancing around. I know cats that was dancing in '89 that ended up being gangsters in '94. I'm like, what are we doing here? You know, which is why I didn't like when Hammer did the last record and he came up with the skull cap and the lokes. I'm like, dude, what are you doing, dog? Yeah, what are you doing that for, dog? Just be who you are. You know, and if cats are dissing you, then fuck them. Say it, though. That's what I thought he should have done. But then again, I'm not his manager, you know.
We're ready to go again, so go ahead and when we count down, you can ask the questions you're going to ask.
Okay, just give me a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, and...
There's a lot of college students at TCC, Pierce. A lot of wanna be rappers, or want to make it rappers, rather I should say, since wannabe holds a negative term. What advice would you give them as far as getting started in the business, surviving in the business, and becoming something and making it in the Northwest that really hasn't established itself or came into its own yet?
Be yourself. And of course, that sounds like a lot of cats say that, but I mean it with conviction. I mean, dude, I got to give you an example. I got 10 demos right now that come from the Seattle, TACOMA area. Everybody sound like Tupac. And one of them sound like E40.
Oh, okay.
It's like Seattle, you know, we got, our culture is different here. Talk about it. Because a cat in Kentucky might hear that and go like, damn, what is he talking about? Ivory? What are you talking about? Fish and chicks at the Seattle Senate? What is all this? Because that's what we're infatuated with. We love hearing about Oakland and Compton and the Dirty South. You know, so it's like, make Seattle something people want to listen to instead of trying to imitate what's already out there. The more original you are, the better chance you got of making it. And sometimes the more strange you are, the more likely you are to make it. I mean, look at to me, Busta Rhymes, he's a performer. He's animated, he does crazy stuff, and he stands out. You can sit there and watch MTV all day and be falling asleep, and Busta Rhymes come on, you be like, look at this fool. I mean, stand out, be seen, make some noise, and for God's sake, make the songs addicting. Give me a chorus. You know, the average kid is driving, and don't do them for your homies. I used to do that too. A lot of rappers like, you know, I'm representing, yo, check this out. Boom, 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 whoopty whoop. And they let their homies hear it, and the homies is lit up. But their homies...
When we count down, you can ask the questions you're going to ask.
Okay, just give me a countdown.
5, 4, 3, 2, and...
There's a lot of college students at TCC, Pierce. A lot of wanna be rappers, or want to make it rappers, rather I should say, since wannabe holds a negative term. What advice would you give them as far as getting started in the business, surviving in the business, and becoming something and making it in the Northwest that really hasn't established itself or came into its own yet?
Be yourself. Yeah. And of course, that sounds like a lot of cats say that, but I mean it with conviction. I mean, dude, I got to give you an example. I got 10 demos right now that come from the Seattle, TACOMA area. Everybody sound like Tupac. And one of them sound like E40.
Oh, okay.
It's like Seattle, you know, we got, our culture is different here. Talk about it. Because a cat in Kentucky might hear that and go like, damn, what is he talking about? Ivory? What are you talking about? Fish and chicks at the Seattle Center? What is all this? Because that's what we're infatuated with. We love hearing about Oakland and Compton and the Dirty South. You know, so it's like, make Seattle something people want to listen to instead of trying to imitate what's already out there. The more original you are, the better chance you got of making it. And sometimes the more strange you are, the more likely you are to make it. I mean, look at to me, Busta Rhymes, he's a performer. He's animated, he does crazy stuff, and he stands out. You can sit there and watch MTV all day and be falling asleep, and Busta Rhymes come, you be like, look at this fool. I mean, stand out, be seen, make some noise. And for God's sake, make the songs addicting. Give me a chorus. You know, the average kid is driving, and don't do them for your homies. Right. I used to do that too. A lot of rappers like, you know, I'm representing, yo, check this out. Boom, 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 whoopty whoop. And they let their homies hear it, and their homies is lit up. Right. But their homies' girls is falling asleep. Right. Well, then you got a problem. I'm not doing my songs for 5 or 6 cats, you know, up on the hilltop, on Horton, on Yesler, on Union. I'm doing them for the masses. Right. That doesn't mean pop. Right. That doesn't mean go out and, you know, and unbutton your shirt down to here and start doing the bump. I ain't saying that, but do something cats can feel. And if you can, the hell with being a rapper, there's a whole lot of ways to make money in this business. It's not just about the rap game. I know cats that are promoters that are huge. You know, I know cats that are doing the stuff I'm going to do with the web and on the internet that are huge. I know one cat doing website for rappers. He's a millionaire already. You know, look at Hype Williams. Yeah. You know what I mean? Look at Russell Simmons, Leor Cohen, Rick Rubin. There's a whole lot of stuff that can be done in this game. Damon Dash, a whole lot of stuff that can be done in this game that people ignore because they're infatuated with the stardom. So ask yourself what means more to you, the fame or the money? Right. You know, the hell with the fame. I take the money. That's pimp game. Right. You know, a lot of these cats don't understand that. They're infatuated with being famous when you ain't nothing but a hoe. I mean, let's be honest. When you're on stage, man, and you got on your little stuff and you popping your collar and driving your Hummer in the video, honestly, when we watch them videos and we think that that's bomb, there's somebody at home in Beverly Hills, Burbank, with a big-ass cigar go, look at my hoe. Show that Hummer I bought you, little bitch. That's what it is. People don't want to see it like that. When Mix-a-Lot was doing Baby Got Back, and I'm jumping around on this yellow ass, and I got my Ferraris and all this stuff, I didn't realize when the Source magazine came out, and I had all my cars out on the basketball court, 13 cars, I had girls, you come around here, I had naked women walking all over my house all the time, right? I thought I was doing the pimping. But the fact of the matter is, I'm flying the Source out here. I'm paying for rooms. I'm bringing chicks out here. I'm buying all these cars. Why? For him. Because Rick Rubin was sitting at home talking about, shake that ass, bitch, because that's what I was doing. All the Ferrari was a new miniskirt. You know what I'm saying? All the Escalade was a pair of shoes. It's the same thing. If you got a hoe on the street that's dumb enough to take the money she's earned and buy more hoe shit to keep hoeing for you, hey, that's the best hoe in the world. So, to me, be bigger than just rap. You know, be more than just rap. Use rap as a stepping stone. Don't make rap your end goal. Right. If your dream is to just get on stage and rock 1 million people, that sounds great, but your dream is basically to be a big hoe. If you think I'm lying, how many people are taking care of Hammer right now? How many people are taking care of Vanilla Ice? How many people are taking care of Mix-a-Lot? How many cats went to Jam Master Jay's mom after he died and took care of her? None of them. Them record companies don't give a damn because you know what they're doing? Damn, Hammer's played out, Jam Master Jay died. Let me get a new hoe. You dial 1-800 Backstreet Boys. Next hole, that's all this business is. Keep that in mind, and you'll make money in this game.
Well, Sir Mix-a-Lot, I thank you for letting us into your home, and I thank you for the most realist interview we've ever had on What's Up College Edition.
Anytime.
This has been Dominic Hoyte for What's Up College Edition Strive. This will probably be a two-part interview, but the information will be well worth it, and everybody out there will want to see this one. Thank you. Thank you.
Right on.
All right, you count down. We're rolling 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
What's up in the TAC? You're rolling with Mix-a-Lot in College Edition. TCC's in the hazy.